All right, y'all. GMOGmedia TV back with another one. All right, so of course we know this past weekend was Super Bowl weekend. As you guys know, if you follow me for any significant amount of time, you guys know I'm boycotted the NFL for life. So I didn't care, even though I drive around. I live minutes away from Hard Rock Stadium and drive by it every day. Don't care. Don't care. Didn't watch the game, even though I grew up a 49ers fan. I know they lost, but I could care less about the actual game. My thing is this, I want to talk about how the NFL strategically deprived Miami Gardens, the host city for Super Bowl 2020, out of economic benefits for the city of Miami Gardens. Of course, you guys may know that Miami Gardens is the largest predominantly black city in the state of Florida, the fourth largest predominantly black city in the United States. So it's a black city, and I'm pretty sure like 95% of people don't even know that who live outside of Miami Gardens. They don't know that. You watch programs like ESPN and Fox Sports 1. If you notice that all the media and the press, they'll be staged in South Beach, right? They'll be staged there. And if you also notice that most of the events, all the big sponsored events, right, the important events, were in South Beach, were in the city of Miami, were in Coral Gables and all those. They weren't in Miami Gardens. So Miami Gardens didn't receive any kind of benefit from the NFL or anything else besides hosting a thing called Superfest, which is right off of 27th Avenue. This is a bunch of concerts from rappers and singers and stuff like that. They had a little carnival set up, but that was privately held, which the NFL did not sponsor, right? So the NFL, again, didn't sponsor anything or co-sign anything for the city of Miami Gardens. So much so, and shout out to this article from Miami Herald, who talks about how the NFL snubbed $850,000 of benefits for host city Miami Gardens. Right? It talks about how NFL donated $850,000 to revitalize some local parks for the city of Miami and Miami Beach. And also South Dade. So they basically donated $850,000 for Gwen Cherry Park and Gould's Park. Those are cities outside of Miami Gardens. Okay. So Miami Gardens did not receive any kind of benefits from the NFL. The NFL, of course, the NFL Super Bowl generates, or was projected to generate, $500 million. Okay, $500 million projected to attract over 200,000 people this past weekend. Miami Gardens basically only felt probably, I would say, 1% of that because they only had one event called Superfest, and that wasn't an NFL sponsored event. And my son was talking about he wanted to go to NFL Experience or something like that, and I was looking it up, right? And I was like, okay. When I was looking it up, I saw the NFL Experience, Super Bowl Experience. I saw that it was actually in South Beach. Wasn't even in Miami Gardens, even though the stadium has the infrastructure, the space to host those kind of things. But it was in South Beach. So that lets you know that Miami Gardens was basically deprived of any economic benefits from the NFL. And that's the thing about, separating yourself from these leagues, from the infrastructure that they own, and starting your own league like the Freedom Football League. Right? We shouldn't depend on the NFL for any kind of money. But my point is that if you're going to give money to other cities outside of Miami Gardens, why is Miami Gardens left out? Right? Why didn't the mayor, Oliver Gilbert or anybody else who's a city official didn't, put their necks on the NFL for, having some economic benefits for the city of Miami Gardens to revitalize some of these parks and the schools here. You know, you got you go Carroll City High School. You got, you know, all these schools here at Miami Gardens, man. You know, Norland. You know, elementary and high school, middle school. All these schools here could have benefited from any kind of economic, right, windfall from the NFL, but Miami Gardens saw nothing. So again, strategically, they left Miami Gardens out, which is the largest predominantly black city in the state of Florida, left out, right? And it goes to show you, when you talk about words like diversity and stuff like that, there's no black owners in the NFL. There's no decision makers in the NFL. It's barely any head coaches that are black in the NFL. Barely. It's like what? I think it's like 12% or something like that. Yeah, the article says 12.5% of head coaches are. I don't like to use the term people of color. I just want to say black. So we specifically talk about us. 12.5% of blacks are head coaches. Everything else when it comes to, decision making and stakeholders, non-existent in the NFL. So diversity is pretty much non-existent. And it goes to show you. So, again, the NFL, the Super Bowl NFL, they generated over $500 million. That's $500 million from tourists, sales, all kinds of stuff. And Miami Gardens saw zero from it. Just hosted the damn Super Bowl. And that's it. That's it. No kind of impact, no kind of nothing, no kind of change, no kind of benefit, no kind of economic windfall from the NFL, nothing at all. Didn't receive nothing. You know what I mean? So that lets you know right there why I will continue to boycott the NFL and not support it whatsoever. Right? We learned from, Colin Kaepernick taking a knee. Well, at least I learned from it. NFL hasn't learned from him at all. At all whatsoever. So that lets you know right there. The minute that the NFL has an owner that's black, I will say this: if once the NFL has a black owner, like a majority owner, that really basically means the NFL is doomed, right? NFL owners and fans, they don't want that. They don't want that. But the minute that happens, the NFL is doomed, and whatever other league that's created around football will be established and supported after that. So that basically means a black NFL owner, majority owner, will never happen. Never happen. So it is what it is, fam. Those are my thoughts on that. Leave your comments down below. GMOGMediaTV. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And also follow me on Instagram at GMOGMediaTV. Till next time, signing out. Peace.